I have a whole bookshelf worth of books. And this is like not even the beginning. Like there's more in front of me. Let's go through some of the magazines that I have my photos in. Now, most of these are Cincinnati, Ohio based. Some of them are Northern Kentucky based. If you're from Cincinnati, you know like Over the Bridge is essentially the same as Cincinnati. So the first one that I found on top of my list is Homerama. This one is in 2022 for September. I also have Movers and Makers. Also have Loveland Lifestyle. I actually ended up with a lot of these. I'll show you guys. We did small things like this. So I would go and get the photos and then my boss at the time would just edit the graphics on top of it. So I've got quite a few of those. And then I have one that I remember getting published for the fact of there was a whole page that was like dedicated to what we were talking about, and I also had my name mentioned in the magazine, which was really cool. But we had put together this was an M8 and a GP3 inside of the mini building. I had gotten a sample copy of like all the stuff that they were putting in and all my pictures, and this was just so cool on its own. And this is also when I was really starting to get into my camera and realizing like what I wanted to do. This was my first magazine. I think it's so cute. It's little dogs being pilots. And then I ended up with another one. And we also marketed towards Northern Kentucky. Yeah, it's the second page. First page technically, but and we have the Cincinnati magazine, which I kid you not, I have a ton of these, and I know I'm missing magazines because I know from the 2021 to 2023 I had each month we had a magazine, and I don't have all of them, but I definitely have some of them. This corn one, I don't know why, but like when I hear the Cincinnati magazine, this is what I see. These are just so cool, like all the things. This was obviously October, and then Best of City. I have playbills, so they sponsored a lot in the playbills, and so my boss would just tear these out for me and give them to me. But these are two that I don't have like the actual books to. I have the actual books somewhere, but I don't. And this was another one of those things that I didn't get them all the time, but I have a good amount of playbills. These were so much fun. I remember having so much fun with these. Oh yeah, forgot about that. So I have a couple more in here too. That means I didn't get the playbills. My boss was always good for doing that. So yeah, we had an 8 series. His big thing was like having the cars in the delivery bay with a bow on them. I had also done some work for the Burger Week. If you guys are familiar with Burger Week in Cincinnati, we had that car wrapped and designed, and I did all the social media for it then. So back in 2021 to 2023, I did the BMW store and Cincinnati Mini social media, and it was so much fun. And then I have Sophisticated Living. I also have these for Indiana because in 2024 I worked for Dreyer and Reinbold, and I got to also kind of do the same thing. She would put the design together. So this one's for Indianapolis. Sophisticated Living, I have quite a few of those. We had this. I'm pretty sure in one of these. I'm actually in one of these. I have Venue magazine. I have 2 of these, but I'm pretty sure this was another one of those that we had stuff in and I just didn't get the books. Yeah, look at the little electric. The iX and the i4. I remember taking this. It was really hot out that day. It's kind of crazy also, like all the things that I remember from that job. Well, I think that's pretty much all of my magazines that I actually have as a physical copy. I know there is a PCA magazine that I don't have that I know one of my photos are in for Wilmington, North Carolina. There's just little things that like my photos have been in, and I just don't have the actual copies. I also recently, if you guys saw last month, I was in Motor Trend for Christina Lamb. That was pretty cool. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I know how big Motor Trend is, but I didn't realize how big it was until someone was like, oh my god, your photos are in Motor Trend. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. It's always fun and exciting, and I think it's really cool to share because this, with like, I've moved around a lot in the past couple months. Now I'm just like, wow, that box was full of all my magazines. Thank you guys for joining me and looking at my artwork. And there is a lot, and I wish I could show it to you guys all, but that would take forever. So, thanks.